Yesterday we talked about what is football, and many of us bring our idea. But football is a game played by two teams.
Question or presentation from the development group back for this. Then there are different definitions of personalized, right? Any other person? Oh, no? No?
Good morning, everyone. Yesterday,
Then the third one is strengthening. That is loosening up, stretching, and strengthening. That is preparing for a training or a match. Because the match or the training might be more intensive, so you have to warm the players up well before you go into the training. And he confirmed it that it's okay. While some other person brought up that there is another loosening up after stretching, which is still accommodated. He still agreed. So that was the one.
So you can see from the reactions here, after the two persons gave a recount of day one, the technical director took over the microphone to elaborate on the point they had made. The first speaker, who was the lady, said football is a game played by two teams, and the question was, is there any game played by just one team? So this is the kind of thing that we see when we go for such clinics. This was basically the coaching clinic held in Bayelsa State, February this year. We must help these coaches to get a broad understanding of what they are actually doing. The game you have come to love, what is the game all about? Okay, what is the game all about? Some of the feedbacks we got from day two on the lectures given at day one were really, really, really impressive. Okay, I didn't see these coaches coming out so boldly with so much knowledge, but I tell you, they had a lot of knowledge, and we also gave so much to them, because the pattern of lecturing that we gave to them, I'm sure, had not been seen by the likes of those local coaches. When I say local coaches, I don't mean that they are local in the sense in which you understand it to be. I mean the coaches back home. Okay, the coaches back home, that's what I mean. So it wasn't just a conventional lecture room. By day two, we had to put these people into groups, and we made them put out a group name for themselves. We had the likes of Team Freeze that derived that name from day one, when I had to talk about the flight, fight, and the freeze mood. Response to trauma, your trauma response. We had to take them through the trauma response as a baseline knowledge, first of all, before diving into the coaching clinic that embodied football as the game they are into. So they derived that team name from day one's lecture, which was handled by me, your very own parenting coach, Peggy and Son. Okay, and I was delighted. And then we had a team name like um the winning team. Okay, now you can see Team Freeze. Yes, yes, that's Team Freeze. And then we had a team name like Sharks. As the video goes along, you're going to see all of those. Okay, that was me. That was me. Listening to what I think there was a joker out there, and I had to smile. That was me. Okay. At some point, you see that they are put into groups, and they are asked to go to the wall where we had pepper flakes pasted on the wall for them to write out some of the things they were asked. So it wasn't just a conventional settings at all. I really enjoyed myself in Bayelsa. I encourage every state to seek this coaching clinic for their coaches. You can't do so much without bringing people to speed about the 21st century style of coaching. Okay, we are in the football environment, and we find that our boys have a lot of talent, but we also lack the basic knowledge, the things that we're supposed to be teaching at age 10, we don't teach them. That's why when our boys go out into the developed countries, they begin to struggle. It's not like they don't know the game, it's just that the basics, the little things the white coach will be looking out for is not there. And we are determined to change the game, to change the music. So this was the winning team. They were writing, think the question was what is coaching, and we made them sit as a group, discuss what they understand by coaching, and then they will select a representative who will go out there, write out the definition of that question, like what is coaching, on their paper flip, and then they will be made to come out to explain what they had written. It was such a wonderful time in Bayelsa. That's Coach Boso there. That's Coach Boso there. Coach Boso is one of our big coaches, in the industry. That's the technical director, Erstein Egwavon, your very own coach. Now and again he steps into the responsibility of taking the Eagles for matches when we lack a coach. This is one of the participants who wrote on the flip paper, and then he had to come out to explain to us. That's Coach Foludu. Coach Foludu is a CAF educator. He's a CAF educator. This is a big, 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 big name in the football industry. Okay, he was explaining to the coaches what this exercise is all about, and you can see with keen interest they stood and they were listening. So now and again we make them to stand to take lectures, now and again we get them to sit down to take lectures. Now the question may be, was it purely theory? The answer is no. So we moved from the theory, which is a classroom setting, onto the practical setting. At some point in this video, you're going to be seeing us at the field. You're going to be seeing us at the field carrying out practicals. You can see that's Coach Boso there. He is a coach, but he was also very attentive. So we don't go into that place, into the coaching clinic, behaving like, oh, you know it all. No. The moment any educator takes the center stage and is lecturing, all of us give so much attention. We all give so much attention because there could be something the other person is missing, and then you step in, just like you're seeing Coach Boso do. He just stepped in between Coach Foludu's lecture to to give to throw more light on the topic at hand. Okay, so that's what we do. It's a teamwork. I really love to work with this team, and I love it when we go out and we have participants who are actually very, very enthusiastic to learn, and to learn. Bayelsa was such a beautiful outing. Okay, so I will stop here and put this back to the original volume, sorry, to the original sound. Let's see if we can get a bit of this lectures. All right, I'll come back at some stage.
My eyes is here. So that's getting grown from your eye. So guys, this is just some of those things I just wanted to add so that we know that yes, for now it is understood, but we have get it clear that this is what I'm looking for. And that is why nobody raised an eyebrow. But I saw it, that's why I do it like this. So for the sake of exams, please try to arrange your class in the place so that I can get up to 100%. Thank you.
On what to do. First of all, the objective is releasing the ball with the inside of the foot. I didn't say outside of the foot. Releasing the ball with the inside of the foot. I went to a coaching course in Ghana, FIFA coach education course, and I said crossing and finishing. My instructions were said, that's big. That's big. Crossing and finishing become big. But for me, it was supposed to be just crossing and finishing. You understand? Let the ball, the cross, the finish. All this like that. What kind of crossing? Is it on the floor? Is it in the air? Is it for the head? Is it for the chest? Is it for the thigh? So you have to define what you want to do first. So that is why the objective is very important.
Okay, so here was the practical session we left the lecture room, came to the field, and before I began speaking, you could hear Coach Foludo saying to the coaches and the players, your objectives for the session is very, very important. So you must do a sessional plan before coming to training, so that once you get to training, if you want to do spend 1 hour in training, you know exactly what you want to achieve in 1 hour, not that you come in here and then do random things. So he was taking them through the planning before coming to the field, and you can see when the players began carrying out all the instructions that the coach had told them. Here we're there now, passing with the input, passing with the input. So at some point, you're going to be seeing that they will do passing with the input on 2 touches, and then they move from 2 touches to passing with the input on just a touch, 1 touch. So we say that you move from simple to complex during training, simple to complex, because it helps your body stay safe, so that you don't go and do the complex before the simple. That could bring about injury. Okay, so all of those things I've been told to our coaches here. From here now, we had the commissioner for sports visit us at the field. So this is the
Ministry of Youth and Sport, the Ministry of Sports Development. I keep saying youth because I had youth last year, and then we made it professionally sports development this year. So it keeps coming to my mouth. But on behalf of the Ministry of Sports Development, and indeed of the Bayelsa State Government, I want to welcome you warmly to Bayelsa. I know this is not your first time, and your team. There is a saying that in every team, you are as good as your coach. So if your coach has limited knowledge, the athletes might be talented, but that's where they're going to end. And I think over the past 4 or 5 seasons, I think this is our 6th edition of the seventh. Yeah, so we've had 6. The 7th edition of this cup. We've been having different transformational things we've been doing with the Prosperity Cup. We've had scouts coming, and over the past 2-3 seasons now, we've started this.
So at this point, the Commissioner for Sport had finished speaking to us, and then it was time for the Technical Director, Austin Egbavon, to respond. So let's take a listen.
He's the team manager now. Yes, sir. Bayelsa United. So I say, I my guys, see what's going on.